Welcome back to your All Late podcast, your ultimate source for all things rugby. I'm Adrian Pawat, alongside me, Angelo Petroso, and ons is Binne. We are proudly sponsored by FLM Attorneys and SSA Custom Designs. En hulle is binne. So if you need any law advice, please don't hesitate to dial.
FLM is binne.
And if you need any custom-made water bottles, or sort your uit.
Woolworths water. Talk about it.
Talk about it, yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, we're gonna chat a bit about URC
But listen,
quarterfinals.
Before we chat,
Yeah.
what episode is this?
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Episode-
Binne.
Ons is binne.
Lekker koud hier buite. Episode 20. Sal weer lekker local. Talk about
Maar
it.
local is lekker.
All things rugby. Club rugby. A lot of highlights and a lot of drama.
Yeah.
Talk about it?
Drama.
Okay, it's fine. Don't talk about the drama. Let's talk about the things that matter.
Things that matter, and obviously, let the main thing stay the main thing. Our guest tonight,
Here we go.
a prominent person in the Western Province rugby fraternity.
Great
Is-
community figure.
En die hoofseun van Bellville.
Yeah, we
Baie belangrik. Hoofseun
Talk
van
about
Bellville.
it, talk about it.
We're obviously going to cover a bit of rugby. We're going to cover the URC. We had the quarterfinals this weekend. Unfortunately, Stormers are out. Blue Bulls are still in. And then we're going to chat Super Rugby results and obviously quarterfinals for the Super Rugby that's coming up and who's going to face who. So it's going to be an interesting weekend of rugby. And then obviously Club Rugby. Club Rugby was good again, once again
Once
this
again.
weekend.
Once again.
Good results, shocking results. But rugby's the winner at the
Exactly.
end, eh? So,
And the main thing tonight is our guest is even Super League B head coach. Talk about it.
yes.
Behalve is in die huis.
Uh-huh.
Behalve hulle. Behalve hulle.
Ja, beste.
Yeah, we go. No other than Coach Jonathan Jonty Adams. Talk about it. Episode 20. Yeah, we go. Jonathan Adams, all the way from Bellville. Welcome.
Dankie.
Het is een groot eer om jou vanavond die episode te hebben. Het is altijd makkelijk, ons weet, ons sukkel nog voor jou om jou episode te krijgen. Maar het is Jonty is here, all the way from Bellville. Bellville. To start with, Jonty, who is Jonathan Adams?
Jonathan Adams is my local seun van Bellville. 31 jaar oud. Hierdie jaar Oktober is dit alweer 7 jaar waar ek laaste wedstryd gespeel het. Kan nie meer speel nie, maar ek is baie dankbaar om natuurlik in die situasie is waar ek kan coach. Dan is die hoofafrigter by Bellville Rugby Club, werk by Westcliff waar ek ook afrig en natuurlik oor skool Bellville ook. So ja, dankbaar vir die situasie.
Jonathan Adams, that's we are.
So Jonathan, we're gonna jump straight into it. So how do you think rugby and sport can address social issues within communities?
So yeah, we have a lot of negatives and obstacles and trials in our community. I mean, when you talk about gangsterism, let's talk about teenage pregnancy, bullying, and etc. Even just dropping out of school and everything goes along with it. But I mean, with sport, you can literally like touch it and just engage in. With all the difficulties, I mean, sport is there. You can address it with the sport.
And we all know that due to a sudden injury that you got against Marties, I assume it was Marties 2017, 2018?
17.
17, eh?
18.
At Belharsfield.
At Belharsfield.
At Belharsfield. Walk us through that incident.
This is how I think I remember it. So we were down like probably like 70, 80 points against Marties.
Yeah.
It was a league fixture. Bella against Marties at the Korean Park, as you said now. Probably like 5 or 7 minutes to go. Myself, from 9 playing, going on 10, going on 12, just trying to do something to get some points going. I think I had a line break with obviously players chasing me with the last defender to beat. So what happened is I'm getting myself ready to try and beat this player. Let's say for instance, with his shoulder height, he would have catched me on my chest. But I was tackled from behind, so I went lower, like I would have initially went. So his shoulder went against my head, and then my 5th and 6th vertebrae just pressed out and pressed against my spinal cord. I'm fortunate for the on-field medics, obviously, and then the box mat procedure that went with it. I was helped, the box spine line was called. They probably came like in 30, 40 minutes. Went Tigerberg, where they did the procedure, where they had to do a reduction, I think that's the proper word. And then at grote skeer, the operation went, where my 5th and 6th vertebrae is fused now. So yeah, obviously I'm lucky now, but at that time you don't feel so lucky because now you literally dependent on other people. They wash you, you have a catheter in. Just to be dependent on other people, it wasn't such a nice feeling. And also with negativity going around, with not much confidence that there's 100% certainty that you will be able to walk again. But I mean, that just showed again what doesn't matter what says who or who says what. God is the final say. So yeah, I'm lucky and fortunate to be able to sit here by you guys.
And Jonathan, also I know you mentioned off set also that your son was born in that same time, more or less.
18 October. This is when the incident happened. The 18th September he was born.
Yeah.
So now I'm out of the wheelchair, but with crutches obviously still unstable. The neck brace in and with pain, and now I have to support my girlfriend. So I'm not in a situation where I can really talk about my problems. I need to support her.
Yeah.
So now we still need to go from Elsie's hospital to Karl Bremer. So now just imagine me with my neck brace and my crutches and unstableness and
the
body that hurts and the ambulance that's coming around, and I need to still wrap her back. But I'm just really glad I could be physically there to help her and see and let everything just go through. Yeah.
Jonathan, as we know, the injury ruled you out of the game. And you participated in several community projects with youth. So wat is jou hoogtepunte? Watter hoogtepunte het jy bereik met die jeug daar buite nadat jy nou recover van jou injury af en jy kon ons nou meer rugby speel? So wat was jou hoogtepunte wat jy al bereik het met die jong manne in Bellville?
Ja. So dan is vandag wil jy so gemotiveerd, die ander dag voel jy weer die teenoorgestelde. Nou op die tye waar ek my so baie gemotiveerd gevoel het, especially na die het ek maar elke keer soos toesprakies gelewer en dan praat ek oor hoe dinge so vinnig kan verander dat jy nie elke situasie vir granted moet vat nie. En met die coaching, ek het fisies die meisie rugby begin in die Bellville Suid. By Kussensvlei Hoërskool het hulle ook begin by Belwesheid Hoërskool natuurlik. By Belwesheid Hoërskool het ons in die heel eerste jaar van meisie rugby seker 7 meisies gehad in die Western Province span. En van daai 7 meisies het ons 'n SA meisie gehad by die 20s en by die 19. So dis vir my definitief een van my hoogtepunte. Onder 20 by Belwa Rugby Club het ek aangesluit as 'n hoofafrigter saam met Johan Pedro wat vir my geassist het ons die liga daar gewen, onoorwonne wat ek baie dankbaar vir is. Was in Maleisië gewees met die State Academy van Maties of van Stellenbosch met Russell Karelse. Daar was ook op oorwonne gewees, maar dit in die algemeen waar jy saam die mense in die community kan praat en verwys dat die omstandighede hoef nie te define wie jy is en wat jou vorentoe is. So ja, dis maar een van my as ek nou net aan die vinnig aan kan dink.
En as ons nou terug gaan na jou insident, if we look at the length of like how long did it take for you to start walking again? Because I mean, it felt a bit weird.
So I think that, what also benefited me was I wasn't entirely sure how serious it was. So I never had the opportunity to overthink it. So yes, there was times that I felt like just get that sudden realization or hey, poof, this is actually how it is, because so every 3 hours of the day or night you need to be turned around for what is bed serum.
For
the bed serum,
yeah.
So now, just imagine during the night, you're sleeping and then just suddenly you get woken up and then there's a few people here besides your bed that need to turn you around to get the injections for the blood flow and all the things that goes along with it. So yeah, it took a while, but as I said, the 100% certainty of what's actually going on, I never knew exactly the extent of the injury, and that also helped me in not like getting discouraged. And obviously my family, my mother that's passed now, she was also a big motivation in me just getting better.
So when we look at in the community, what drives you and inspires you to work with the youth? I mean, today's youth is not like when we were young. When we were young, ons wil net in die bal gespeel het. Nou wil hulle vir jou sê, ek wil nie vandag speel nie, ek wil nie vandag oefen nie. There's always a excuse, but how do you think you motivate these young ones of today when coaching?
So nou, ons het rolmodelle gehad. Ek voel ons het bietjie, ek wil nou nie praat soos wat so groot of man nie, maar ons het volgens my bietjie meer positiewe rolmodels gehad. Nou tans het hulle nie die goeie rolmodels hier is nou. As ek kan sien, die man ry 'n goeie kar, jy, die man smokkel, die man doen die, of jy, die man verkoop die, of die man is meer gangsterisme reg. So nou, hulle het verkeerde rolmodelle. En die ding is, nou wat ons doen soms kere, natuurlik Amelie, ons skep al klaar 'n opinie oor jou bystop wat iemand anders oor jou gesê het.
100%.
Daai lady is miskien nie vir my so 'n probleem soos wat hy vir jou is nie. So nou kom ek al klaar met daai al en hy's nou al klaar al waar niemand van hom hou nie. Hy weet al klaar waar almal vir hom sat. So nou kom jy op so 'n manier dan voel hy net ag, dis niks, maar dit maak so 'n groot verskil wanneer jy probeer vir hom different treat of net jouself verstaan waarom en nie vir hom sats bystop wat ander mense vir hom sê en ek dink hy speel ook 'n groot rol en ongelukkig met soorte van die kere nou as dit nie waar hulle mat so waar oor wat sy sê en hoe sy dit sê nie is hulle is ook fisies dat hulle sien jy doen dit so ek probeer ek is definitief nog nie naasend by waar ek wil wees maar ek probeer maar op occasions bietjie meer van 'n fisiese voorbeeld is in plaas van waar ek net aan mense praat van dit gaan net in en ek kom dit weer uit.
Jonty, ons weet in Piavel as daar baie sosiale faktore wat 'n rol speel soos in werkloosheid, armoede, soos ons voorheen gepraat het van dwelmmishandel. Die lys is lank, ons weet die lys is lank. So as daar iets is wat jy dink ek kan doen of as daar iets is wat jy wil doen in die gemeenskap, wat sal dit wees net om 'n bietjie positiwiteit, want ons weet die laaste 2 maande was daar nog baie geskiet in Belwel. Verstaan? So as daar iets is wat jy gedink het aan om te doen miskien om net 'n bietjie die gemeenskap te uplift in 'n positive way.
Dus ek sê vandag voel ons so gemotiveerd, môre voel mense weer different en dan vat die mense weer 'n paar tree terug. Ek het ook nou al 'n klomp beloftes gemaak rondom die verandering wat ek aan myself wil maak. Eers van verandering begin by jouself voordat jy enige anders kan probeer motiveer van soos ek gesê het. Hulle fokus nie so much meer op wat jy sê en hoe jy dit sê nie is fisies met wat jy fisies doen. So as ek nou net in 'n nutshell en dit kan dink is om fisies 'n goeie mens eers te wees. En weer as ek praat met dieselfde goed elke keer, maar vandag voel ek so motiveerd, môre voel ek nie so en ek voel om 'n verandering in my community te maak, moenie verandering by my kom. So ek moet byvoorbeeld baie meer consistent raak met wat ek wil achieve en hoe ek wil achieve. So dis my antwoord rondom daai, waar ek net 'n baie beter persoon wil wees en men daai kan ek die ander persoon aansteek en die ander persoon aansteek. Ons het regtig 'n klomp goeie rolmodelle in ons community. Ek meen op Bola Conradie, hulle selfs Anthony Timitis was laatjie hier gewees het. Ons het 'n paar goeie name in ons community.
And Jonathan, if we look at your goals, what is your goals? Not specifically for this year, but in terms of the future for Jonathan Adams.
So ek het al gepraat baie keer oor prioriteite, want ek sê God wil hê ons moet streef, God wil hê ons moet sekere goed achieve, of dit nou in jou werkkapasiteit is, of dit nou study-wise is, in my geval waar ek graag 'n beter werk of meer geld wil achieve, of selfs in my rugby waar ek baie beter wil vaar en goedkoes wil achieve. God is 'n jaloerse God, hy wil nommer 1 wees, hy wil nie nommer 2, nommer 3 is nie. Nou ons is, in my geval is ek so rugby oriented, goal oriented, ek wil dit achieve, ek wil daai achieve, maar kom initially of eventually kom ek daar uit en wanneer mense daar uitkom en raak sy mismoedig, depressed en dan wil hy blameer en vra hoekom dan nie, hoekom dan nie en weer eens, soos ek die 7de keer wat ek nou praat van, my dag voel ek gemotiveerd en die ander dag nie, is dit kom letterlik weer terug op die, ek moet 'n beter persoon raak. So as ek by jou vraag nou kom is om vir God nommer 1 te maak en om letterlik eers vir hom daai spesiale plek te hê waar ek weet my prioriteit is eers, dan weet ek vir 'n feit almal ander goedjies gaan in plek inval, of wat nou wees om in 'n rugby kapasiteit 'n baie beter pos te kry. Van my wens is om fisies nie in 'n fabriek te gaan werk. Ek wil baie graag my ultimate job is ek coach net en dis my
hy is jou primary
maar ek weet
job.
ek moet eers daai belangrike
nee,
100%.
Jonty, dan voor ons hier kom, ons weet jy is nou coach tans by Belwa Rugby Club. Jy's op skoolvlak as jy ook 'n coach.
Ja.
En sometimes gaan dinge nie jou way soos jy verwag het nie. Verstaan? So as 'n coach uit nie as Jonty Adams uit 'n coach perspectief uit. Wanneer jou back's against the wall en dinge gaan nie jou way nie, wat sê jy altyd vir jouself in jou stilte tyd? Want ek weet dit is baie moeilik. Verstaan? Om dit te face.
So nou realisties met Belwa Rugby Club het ons 6 wedstryde gespeel, 5 verloor van hy 6. Glad nie dit gepiek se aan die begin voor ek mos nou hierdie week aangevaar het op at least met die pre-season nie. Maar nou ons ken mos nou die motivering of die speech wat gepaard daarmee gaan. Niks wat dit is kom maklik hier. Jy moet nog 'n challenge, hoe graag wil jy dit hê en soos wat jy sê my rug is nou 10 nie meer, nou het ek 'n opsie gee ek op of gebruik ek dit as motivering om aan te gaan, maar is baie makliker gesê as gedoen. So ek voel definitief om baie swak daaroor want ek kan nie help om verantwoordelik te voel daaroor nie, want ek is so oorverwrig, ek kan nie die omstandighede blameer nie. Maar met hy gesê is die motivering maar byvoorbeeld soos my seentjie, wat kan ek vir hom vorentoe sê? Ek wil graag vir hom 'n speel, ek wil graag vir hom 'n motivering en meer as 'n pa wees. So en ek het die belofte gemaak waarin ek gesê het ek wil die trots terugbring in die jersey en ja, tot dusver lyk dit nie so nie, maar ek is baie positief en confident dat dit gaan so kom. So ek kan nie opgee nie, opgee is nie 'n opsie nie. Daar is 8 wedstryde oor en ek voel persoonlik ons kan definitief nog die wiel omdraai.
Tafels kan dry.
En Jonathan, as a een ding is or one thing that you or motivational quote that you carry with you, could be anything. Just from your side, what is that one motivational quote or that Bible verse, or it doesn't need to be anything biblical, but motivational quote that you carry with you?
Een van my favorite wat ek gereeld praat is the problem is not a problem. Your attitude towards that problem is the problem. So dan af hoe jy dit aanvaar, mos dan hoe jy dit vat elke keer van hy probleem hoef nie te define wie jy is en jou vorentoe nie. Is letterlik hangend af van jou mindset hoe jy dit aanvat. So the problem is not a problem, your attitude towards the problem is the problem.
John T, 100%. Voor ons afsluit met jou John T, as dan wil ek net hê as daar iets is, soos 'n persoonlike motivation. Kyk, as ons nou amper soos jy net gesê, as ons nou terug moet verwys na motivation toe, op die oomblik kom motivation na mekaar, kom dit terug. As daar iets is wat jy, 'n boodskap wat jy wil los vir ons jeug buite, wat ons weet, want ons kom almal uit gemeenskappe uit waar ons sukkel. As daar een boodskap is, wat die jeug wat gaan luister en ons as baie skoolleerders wat luister na ons program, so 'n message wat jy kan los vir ons leerders.
Ek het die laaste keer ook gepraat, het begin eers by ons, want wat ek gepraat het was, ons is te vinnig baie keer om te motiverend te wees, ons is te vinnig om raad te gee en net opinies te lig, want die basic woorde wat mens elke keer gebruik is, hey Angelo, daar wat dit gaan is niks nie, man, onthou jou situasie kan baie erger gewees het as wat dit tans is, dat iemand sukkel met daai, en 10 is dit waar, as definitief altyd iemand in 'n erger situasie is wat jy in is, maar daar's 'n fine line ook, dis hoekom volgens my daar so baie depressie in is, van onthou, net omdat my probleem fisies groter as jou probleem is, beteken dit nie, jou probleem vir jou is jy groter as myne nie, so nou voel sy 'n sekere way hoe om met jou probleem te deel, want sy word nie regtig die clarity of die space te gee om actually van nou voel jy 'n sekere, okay, ek moet maar so voel, so sy word nie regtig die allow om die jou gevoelens te expressie, so nou hou jy dit in, en dis waar depressie inkom, so as ons saam met ons jeug praat, of saam met die kinders praat, ons is te vinnig om fisies raad te gee, so dit begin by ons, maar met daai gesê, wil ek nog altyd sê dat jou probleme hoef nie te define wie jy is nie. Gebruik dit as 'n motivering, van niks ongelukkig wat word dit is kom maklik, van as dit maklik gewees het, dan kon enigiemand dit geachieve het, so wanneer die trials kom, my tribulations en negatives en obstacles kom, wie's ge-inspire, want sodra jy iets op 'n skinkbord kry, dis wanneer jy begin om geworry te raak. So ja, bly inspired, probeer heeltyd dit werk.
100%. All Eight Family, episode 20. That was Jonathan Adams in a nutshell, all the way from Bellville, head coach of Bellville. Talk about it. Wolfsien, son of the Greenlands. Here we go.
Super rugby results, eh? Big hits, of course.
Here we go. Big runs.
Chiefs beating Highlanders, 41 points to 21.
As expected.
Yeah, I actually called it the Highlanders, but I don't know if it seker my kop geval het.
Sjoe.
Obviously the Crusaders beating the Brumbies.
Yeah.
Close one. Knock on, it wasn't checked by AR, but we take it, eh? We take it. As jy referee sien nie?
Klaar wat dit so is.
Blues beating the Waratahs convincingly 46 points to 6.
Expected.
Then we have the Hurricanes that gave Moana Pacifica a massive
a six-a-side cricket score.
64-12. And then the Reds beating Fiji Drua 52 points to 7. Then the URC quarterfinals. Stormers losing against Glasgow Warriors 36 points to 18. I think the Stormers was just pathetic in that second half.
Hulle het die opgedaag.
The first half they were there. Obviously, one thing I must say is Abellos in Natla. Oh, give that man a bell.
Yeah, we go.
He was excellent.
Don't any thoughts about it again?
Ek dink Dobbots is een van die swakste resultate of hoe hulle gespeel het dusver. Maar soos jy sê, Bello is regtig inspirerend met alle goed wat hy net deurgegaan het.
100%. But if you also look at how Sasha Feinberg and Gombozulu, he wasn't there, and I think the Stormers is a team, they feed off their general, and unfortunately that never worked their way. I mean, Mani came on early in the game.
But guys, I think we need to inspect that. Some days you have off days
100%.
and on days, and unfortunately that's what is off day. We know he's a great player, but we can't define him with one game.
Yeah,
you understand?
It's just they wanted to do too much, man.
Yeah, yes. But you see, that's the thing. That's where the coaches need to come in, and the coach needs to say, "Listen here, look here, just do the basics."
Yes.
Because from me, like when he came back from his injury, he was doing crazy things that worked, that came off. And Friday night, it just never came off. But then you as a coach need to send a message on, listen, let's just do basics. Let's kick the ball in the corners. Let's wait till they make mistakes, and then you can do what what you do best, So I felt like maybe I think the coaches could have just maybe calmed him down a bit. But other than that, I think the team, it was just like it was hier is 'n goeie ding, maar dan
and there was too much individual plays, right? Ek wil gewys het ek is die ou, verstaan, but at the end of the day it was unity.
And at the end of the day, we need to give Glasgow Warriors the praise. Tui Peloto, I mean, they were smashing this tournament.
Then the Bulls, Edinburgh.
Yeah, 42 points to 33.
Loop hulle vergeet van die vloer af, meneer.
Daar was 'n stage in 'n game en waar baie mense gedink het hulle gaan nie vloer af vergeet.
Ja, maar jy het al gehoor van hy song hom. I gave you false hope. Here we go. Die Bulls is binne. Klaar dit was.
But then Leinster beating Scarlets 33 points to 21. Was expected.
Yeah.
Sharks and Munster.
Wait.
Huh?
Here we go. Wink.
Controversial discussion there.
Here we go.
That day.
Guys, and sometimes the mental game is so important.
I mean,
here we go. Talk about a mental game. Guys, if you're not mentally strong to play rugby, stay away. Right? As they say, if you can't handle the heat in my kitchen, stay out of my kitchen. So as jy nie die heat in die oond kan vat nie, moenie, moet bly weg. Daar die binne. Here we go. Wink. Let's go.
Sharks obviously beating Munster on penalties. I mean, that was the first time I saw a penalty shootout. Any comments on that? I think the Sharks was at BMT, and they knew the field.
And I mean, they brought up a 19-year-old, what in the last minutes is for the kick.
I think that's a great
Bradley,
call.
En hy's van Gim, old Gim boy.
Een van die Perel of van Basie.
Ek dink hy's van die Piep.
Van die Perel. Guys, ek dink great exposure. Bietjie in die diep kant gegooi. Maar die ou het hy survive. Hy het lekker gepad daar uit. So ek dink well done Lighty. Well done. Ek dink om daai te kan doen under a lot of pressure.
Maar die ou het baie brownie points geskors daar gehad. Want hy het altyd my girlfriend goes with me to the field. So boys, julle moet maar praat oor jou girlfriend, praat oor jou vrou asseblief. Because die brownie points
is vital. Julle nou my brownie points, ek is by Malva pudding. Sy sê die klomp kom ook saam met my. Sy kan kry my tyd. Here we go.
But then we go to the main thing.
Let's lay the main thing, please. Okay, let's go.
Club rugby results. Super League A, Cold River going down to Villages 12 points to 53.
Oh, Villages is nothing nice, eh? I think they make a big step up in the competition currently, and they put their name out there. And great players, great coaches. So well done on the forward coach, Coach Ben. Who's the head coach?
I know Mullis is involved, the director of coaching, so.
But well done to Coach Ben Venter on his forwards doing the thing. Dat die manne skram, laat het bars, die manne dryf. So, even hy dinge, die machine moet hê. So, daar is het nou. Wat wil sê?
Brackenfell going down to VDE. 32 points to
Klaar wat het so is.
14, sorry. 14, and then Unimall going down to Durbanville, 31 points to 46. Obviously, in the first half, it was 24 points to 3. We turned that game around. At one stage, the score was 24 points to 31. I think first half, we never pitched. Second half,
slow start.
We brought it to them, scoring 28 points.
Always difficult against the Durban side to play in Kitsap rugby against them because they will protect the goal line. But I think we were supposed to start in the first half and be more technical with him. Take him to the dark goals because they want to give the ball air. And we all expected them to take it to the dark goals. But this past Saturday, They was playing with the ball. Understand? But why? Against us. But anyway, get julle nommer.
SK almost going down to UCT 31 points to 36 at the track.
Yo, I think SK
They're
20.
doing well.
SK?
Ja, Sintle, great coach.
Great coach and the things he implemented and principles, he's doing well. Helderberg beating Tigerberg 35 points to 27. I think in that first half, Helderberg destroyed Tigerberg. I watched the battle of the game. Helderberg destroying Tigerberg in that first half, but obviously you know Tigerberg. Never say die.
Exactly.
And we've seen that numerous occasions from them.
I think falls by
Tigerberg is definitely a team to watch.
100%.
No walkover.
Week after week. Then falls by to St. George's, where is it now? 85-14. I think St. George's struggled this year a bit.
Yeah, they lost a lot of players. I mean, they even still lost players like up until now, 2-3 weeks ago. I think they lost Eithman, what's the boy's name?
Who played for Wusu?
No. He played for St. George's. And he also played for Helderberg last year, but he played for St. George's still this year, but he went to Safco.
Jonathan for a coach, as a head coach, losing players in the middle of the season. Oh, what went through your mind, or what going through your mind that moment when a player message you or anything like that?
Is moeilijk, especially in ons geval ook, want ons het law enforcement bijvoorbeeld en hulle week different skofte, ons het manne wat maraskof week, naskof week en het klink klise of jy die man maak verskonings. Letterlik, ons het nog nie 4 of 3 weke agter mekaar gehad waar ons dieselfde groep spelers het, so nommer elke spelers het. Dus ek sê dit klink maar soos verskonings, maar ongelukkig minder mense depth.
100%.
Super League B, Calmo drawing to Hamlets. That was a shocker for me. 31 points.
Ek dink ons met die Super League B vir coach Jonathan gee. Jy hoef nie baie te sê nie, net te klein ietsie. Soos Kyle Moore was Hamlets, what your thoughts? 31-31?
Ja, met Super League B, ek sê altyd, Super League B vir my is different, is meer competitive, en as ek so sê, my woorde versigtig, ek sê nie, Super League A is competitive, maar Super League B kan enige span wen op die dag.
100%.
Primrose beating Amadeus. Amadeus second loss now in a row. 43 points to 32. At Rosemead, Staffa, hoe jy nou nie ken hoe het, Staffa nie. Hulle sê gewoonlik maak op die hekke die poppe gaan dans. Daar maak hy mense die hekke toe. Letterlijk.
Daai naweek kan jy hulle moet speel, ek speel, ek het koue koors. Speel jy naweek weer.
Well done to coach Ricky Peterson and Donovan Sinclair.
Dobie baby.
They doing exceptional work with Primrose and they look like a team to be reckoned with.
Yes, you City Park baby. Here we go.
Bellor beating Vineyards 27 points to 25. Close game. Collegians Ecole 32 points to 31 against
Nailbiter. Nailbiter.
Die Chappies is nothing nice.
Chappies, well done.
And then we have obviously the derby, Henson North versus Bellville, 42 points to 29. Ook as through the game.
Yes, so. Baie frustrerende wedstryd gewees. Ek het vir hulle gesê voor die wedstryd dat motivering kan net vir soveel deurdra is. Dis dit wat vir ons gaan deurdra. Onthou soos ons gemotiveerd is rondom die wedstryd, ons moenie Willem dry, ons maak hier die punte. Voel hulle dieselfde. Ons skuld ons community, hulle skuld ook hulle community. So die span wat vandag gewen is, die span wat die wen die wedstryd wil hê, so simpel verstaan. Ongelukkig het Ensenaats op occasions gewees dat hulle die wen baie meer wil hê en is so met die foute wat ons begaan het en wat ons gemaak het, kan ek nie help om frustrerend gevoel het nie. Ons het fisies die wedstrijd weggegooi, ons het gun blazing gekom van die eerste get goal afskoor wedstrijd, die eerste 5 minute. Dus aan het stadium waar ons het afswits en laat hulle 3-3 skoor in seker radius van 15 minute.
Daar is 'n game weggooi.
Maar ja, obviously hulle liefde aan Ensenaats, hulle was die beter span op die dag gewees.
En dan Super League C, Strandliga, wat vir Langa wen 26 points to 12. Young People's
Caledonian Roses.
No, sorry, man. It was Young People's beat Scottsdene 41 points to 27. Caledonian Rovers beat cut it. Just cut. You're gonna cut it. Okay. Rangers beating Strand United 46 points to 22. Busy Bees beating Gardens beating Busy Bees 29 points to 17. I mean, Gardens is also doing exceptionally well.
100%.
Violets continuing their winning streak, 33 points to 17.
I think they are the silent killers.
This league is demakar. This league I don't know, like 1 week or 3 weeks, one team win, and in the next 2 weeks they lose. As demakar.
I think that was our results for the past weekend. Right?
100%. I think rugby was definitely the winner this weekend.
100%.
And if we look at our fixtures, upcoming fixtures for the Super Rugby quarterfinals, we have the Crusaders versus the Reds. Your thoughts? Who are you going for?
Reds.
I'm going Crusaders. Chiefs versus the Blues.
Blues.
Chiefs at home. Chiefs.
Blues.
Brumbies versus the Hurricanes.
Sure.
I'll go Brumbies.
Difficult one.
I'll go
Hurricanes.
Brumbies is at home in Canberra. Tough.
Hurricanes.
Then URC semi-finals. We have Leinster versus Glasgow Warriors. I also think Glasgow Warriors is gonna pull it off. Then we have the Blue Bulls versus the Sharks at Loftus.
Bulls. Tandil.
So, ik kan niet.
Bulls.
Al die support.
I would want the Blue Bulls to win. I'm not really a Shark fan. But that's it. That was our fixtures, and club rugby fixtures will pop up for you guys with the leagues, the log, sorry. And then once again, thank you guys for viewing, for liking, and subscribing our content. We really appreciate it. And then Jonathan, we would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come to our show and show some love, and we really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. And we must also say thank you to your girlfriend and your son for availing you
100%
for the evening, because
Otherwise, het brand new face.
ik moet maar voor jou doen,
Yes, family. Episode 20, All Eight Family. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Here we go.